The Ontario Legislature can often be a feisty place, especially during a spirited question period debate. And there's one person at Queen's Park whose main job it is to try to get the 124 determined members of provincial parliament to play relatively nice in the sand. We're going to find out today just how difficult that task is, because joining us now is Speaker of the House, Donna Skelly. Thank you so much for being with us.
It is so nice to be here. What a beautiful, beautiful building, really.
Thank you.
And a great team that you work with.
An incredible team. Thank you so much for that. I want to learn a little bit about, you're jumping into this role here. Yes. Lots of firsts here, but walk us through your main responsibilities, your duties, your day-to-day duties.
Well, I'm the Speaker, so that means that my very first priority is to ensure that members are treated fairly when they are in the chamber, and I'm in the chair. My job as Speaker, though, goes beyond just the chamber. It also covers pretty much operation of the entire building. So since I was elected, and being the first woman, I think I brought a bit of a different change. You can see right as we're showing right now, all of the decorations. So we really focused on making the building beautiful, even more beautiful than it is through the Christmas period, the holiday season. But in the chamber, my priority is to ensure that the rules that are clearly laid out for all of the members are applied equally and fairly, and that we can have some sense of decorum in the House. Doesn't always work that way, but we try.
Okay, let's pick it up from there, because we've seen those, as we said off the top, those feisty moments when things can get pretty heated in there. At times we've seen members being kicked out or asked to leave or perhaps retract a statement. I'm wondering for you, how do you really balance it all when it comes to political philosophies and just allowing that discussion to play out?
Well, we have something called standing orders, and all of the members have read the book, and it clearly lays out what you can say and what you can't say, how you can behave and how you can't. And if they cross the line, it is my job, or anyone who's sitting in that chair, to say, that is not acceptable, please withdraw. And they have 3 opportunities to withdraw. And there have been occasions where we have had to ask here, like this one, asking the leader of the official opposition to leave. She was given 3 opportunities to withdraw a comment that is not acceptable. If you call, for example, another member a liar, you must withdraw that statement. So often this is an intentional move. I'm not saying it is specifically for this on this occasion, but it is the intent of the member to draw attention to a certain issue. In terms of the opposition, that's their job. They have to challenge the government, and they have to do what they can to bring attention to an issue. Often they will choreograph being asked to leave the chamber, and that allows them to really highlight something that they're passionate about.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I don't know if the word rowdiness is the right word to use
I
during
would
those
say
moments
rowdy,
here.
yes.
How do you get everybody back on track to tackle the task of the day?
You call them out. You call them out, and then there is a process again. If you call them a few times and you think that they just aren't behaving, you say that they will be warned, and then they'll be named. And if they're named, they're asked to leave the chamber. And people truly don't want to be named, especially if they have government business that they have to address throughout the rest of the day. If they leave during question period, they're not allowed in for 24 hours. So it's for the full day. So unless they have planned it in advance, most of the time they'll either behave or they will withdraw the statement. So there are ways of getting them in coming to behave themselves, and most of the time they will cooperate. But things do get heated, and you have to allow that to play out as well.
Yeah. We're talking balance. I want to talk balance in your life as well, because you also have constituents in Flamborough, Glanbrook that you represent. So I'm wondering how you handle that along with your duties as Speaker.
You have to have really, really, really good people on your team, and I have a phenomenal constituency office with great members that help me address all of the concerns from my constituents. I represent an interesting riding. It's quite large. It's the periphery of the Hamilton area. We have 5 Hamilton members. And by the way, we all get along really, really well. And that's something that I think that most of your audience probably doesn't recognize, that I'm actually really good friends with members of the opposition. And I think that that's important, especially when you try to address concerns of your constituents, not just mine in Flamborough, Glanbrook, but right across the city of Hamilton. But it goes down to having a good staff who understand when somebody calls or emails my office, take them seriously, follow up. I will come in if I have to. Otherwise, we deal with it immediately and we follow through on the issue.
Some teamwork there.
Yes.
I don't want to overlook, as you've seen at the bottom there with the keys there, that you are the first woman to occupy this speaker role here.
Yes.
How do you think your the job will change going forward?
It has changed already. I'm putting a lot of emphasis on bringing people to the legislature, making the legislature a destination point for all people across Ontario, actually globally. And I want it to be a welcoming space. I'm from Northern Ontario, a tiny little railroad town called Capril, which is now part of Greater Sudbury. And I remember being intimidated not only by Toronto, but I wouldn't even consider going to Queen's Park. But I want everyone across the province to feel welcome. And to do that, we have brought in a lot more events. You're going to see a very, very, very busy Queen's Park.
Including Remarkable Woman, that's your program that you have.
Yes,
Can you quickly tell us about that?
We have a Remarkable Woman wall where I identify a member that works at the Assembly. Beyond the women that have been elected, people who actually do all the work behind the scenes and make it beautiful and make it run on a day-to-day basis. And we celebrate them and acknowledge them both in the chamber and on the wall.
Okay, Speaker Donna Skelly, we appreciate you giving us a behind-the-scenes look at your job.
Lovely to meet you.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.